A promotion arrives after years of effort. The salary is higher than expected. The title sounds more important. The future appears more secure. For a moment, the equation seems simple. More income should create more freedom, and yet many people eventually notice something unusual. The raise improves their financial position, but it doesn't always improve their ability to change direction. The paycheck grows, the flexibility doesn't. This often becomes visible in ordinary moments. A larger apartment, a newer vehicle, more recurring subscriptions, more convenient services, more automatic payments quietly leaving the account each month. Nothing feels excessive. Most of it feels reasonable. In fact, many of these decisions are made specifically because income increased. The assumption seems obvious. If earning more money improves financial life, then earning even more should improve it further, and sometimes it does. But there is another process happening beneath the surface, a process that is less visible than income itself. Because income is easy to measure, dependence is not. Most people don't pursue higher income because they want more obligations. They pursue it because they want more options. The belief is understandable. A higher salary appears to create greater control over the future. More savings capacity, more investment contributions, more financial resilience, more room for unexpected expenses. The logic feels sound because, in many ways, it is. The complication appears later, not when income rises, but when life reorganizes itself around that income. The new apartment fits the new budget. The larger mortgage fits the new salary. The upgraded lifestyle fits the new compensation package. The expenses seem manageable because they are manageable, at least initially. The monthly payment notification arrives. The streaming subscriptions renew. The insurance premiums adjust. The car payment withdraws automatically. The grocery budget expands almost without notice. Each decision makes sense independently, but financial life is rarely experienced independently. It is experienced as a system, and systems often behave differently than individual decisions. The visible outcome is straightforward. Income increases. The hidden driver is adaptation. People gradually adjust their expectations to match their circumstances. The behavioral reinforcement comes from normalization. What once felt expensive begins feeling ordinary. What once felt optional begins feeling necessary. And eventually, a deeper form of dependence can emerge. Not dependence on a product, not dependence on a purchase, dependence on maintaining the income level that supports everything else. The pressure is subtle because it doesn't usually arrive all at once. It accumulates through ordinary decisions. A promotion leads to a larger commitment. A larger commitment requires continued income. Continued income increases the importance of maintaining the current path. The path begins to feel less like a choice and more like a requirement. This creates one of the quieter contradictions in modern financial life. Higher income often feels like progress because it expands purchasing power. Yet the same process can reduce flexibility if obligations expand at the same pace. Growth creates capacity. Growth can also create maintenance. Both are happening simultaneously. Many people encounter this during career decisions. An opportunity appears. The compensation is attractive. The responsibilities are greater. The hours become longer. The availability expectations increase. The role becomes harder to leave. The decision appears financial, but the consequences often extend far beyond finances. Because income is not the only thing being exchanged. Time is being exchanged. Attention is being exchanged. Future flexibility is being exchanged. Sometimes willingly, sometimes without fully noticing. The situation becomes even more interesting when side income enters the picture. A second source of earnings appears. At first, it feels liberating. Additional cash flow creates possibilities. The extra money can support investing, debt reduction, or future plans. But over time, another question emerges. Has the side income increased freedom? Or has it simply increased the amount of activity required to maintain current expectations? The answer varies from person to person, yet the distinction matters. because income and leverage are often discussed as if they automatically produce independence. In reality, they can produce very different outcomes. Some forms of income create optionality. Others create ongoing obligations that must continuously be maintained. From the outside, both may look identical. The bank account balance rises either way, but the experience behind the numbers can be completely different. This helps explain another contradiction. People often pursue stability to reduce uncertainty, and stability frequently succeeds. The paycheck becomes predictable, the routine becomes familiar, the financial plan becomes easier to manage. Yet stability can also increase the cost of change. The more life depends on a specific structure, the more difficult it becomes to leave that structure. A household supported by a particular income level may not feel pressure during normal conditions. The pressure often becomes visible only when considering alternatives. Changing careers, reducing hours, taking time away from work, moving somewhere different, starting something uncertain. Suddenly, options that once appeared available begin carrying larger consequences. The system reveals itself through resistance, not because anyone made a mistake, not because the decisions were irrational, but because financial systems naturally create alignment between present income and future commitments. Over time, those commitments become part of daily life, and daily life becomes difficult to separate from them. This is why financial freedom can be surprisingly difficult to define. Many people assume it begins with a specific income number, a salary target, a business milestone, a monthly earnings goal. But income alone does not reveal how dependent someone is on continuing that income. Two people can earn similar amounts while experiencing completely different levels of freedom. One requires the income to sustain an expanding structure of obligations. The other maintains greater flexibility despite earning less. The difference is not always visible from the outside, which is why financial success and financial freedom sometimes move in different directions. One measures accumulation, the other measures optionality. One tracks how much enters the system, the other reflects how difficult it is to step away from it. Neither is inherently right or wrong, but they are not identical, and modern financial life often encourages people to focus on one while assuming the other will automatically follow. The result is a pattern that many only recognize in hindsight. Income rises, comfort improves, responsibilities expand, commitments accumulate, changing direction becomes harder, not impossible, just increasingly expensive. The freedom that seemed attached to higher income gradually becomes attached to maintaining higher income, and that shift is easy to miss because the transition happens through normal life. A better apartment, a larger mortgage, a promotion, an additional responsibility, a growing family, a stronger career, a more comfortable routine. Each decision feels reasonable, yet together, they can create a reality where financial success becomes increasingly dependent on keeping everything exactly as it is. And that may be the deeper question beneath income itself, not how much money enters a person's life, but how much flexibility remains once that money has already shaped it. If more income gradually increases the cost of changing direction, then what is financial freedom actually measuring? Finance Simplified explores how incentives and pressure shape behavior over time.